Hello, dear friends. Sometimes I feel misunderstood about my spiritual position, and that's why I have defined myself at the end of this article. Some consider me a heretic, and others consider me self-righteous or a sectarian, but I am neither of those things. I am an old yogi, studious, erudite, and independent of religious power, seeking enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. I am a writer, intellectual, artist, and free thinker, but I am a follower of nothing and no one except my own divine self. Opinion piece. Potential of the year 2022. It is the year of the great journey. It is the year of a great leap of faith. Transformations may occur. Revaluation of the Iraqi dinar delayed. Political power wears down its wielder. The Pacific Ocean will be more active this year. Don't be angry with those in ignorance. Humankind feels sluggish because of the light. All human beings are born for perfection. Let's start. 2021 was a year when things emerged for most human beings, and 2022 will be the year when it will all fade away. Potential is an adjective meaning that it can happen or exist, as opposed to what already exists. Our presence on Earth at this time is not a chance accident or a fortuitous event. This will be the year of the great journey, but it will also be the year with the greatest number of births ever recorded, because it is the beginning of humanity's final shift to the new path of complete regeneration. There will be no third war no matter how hard they try, as the galactics will not allow the launching of any nuclear warheads for mass destruction. That is not allowed by Creator's decree. A frequency readjustment is taking place all over the planet in all dimensions. A signal has been sent from the galactic center for this, and many things will move. Many may think that the current reality is a bit strange and feel as if they are living in a dream or something, and even more, as if they are not recognizing their own body. This is also part of the energetic readjustment. Reset news. Revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. We are hearing fantastic things from Iraq, as they seem to be pushing for the revaluation to be published. Many articles from Iraq are talking about the need to change the dinar exchange rate. We are expecting the Iraqi rate change any day now. The newly elected Iraqi leadership didn't like the previously published international dinar rate. This disagreement caused a slight delay in the announcement of the new international dinar rate. Parliament approved a new initial floating rate of over $11. Iraq is planning an announcement of the new international dinar rate. Record stock gains. Wall Street's all-time highs in recent years, which were caused by major tax reform and the Fed's accommodative policies, have seen banks as the main beneficiaries. A raised economy where the one who splits gets the lion's share. Dollar crisis. The dollar has long been the world's number one denomination in the global currency supply. It accounts for 62% of total foreign exchange holdings at central banks around the world. However, it faces a tough race against emerging hard currencies. The dollar, as we know it, went belly up in 1971. It has been a wounded currency ever since. The powers that are positioning themselves to enforce a collapse of the economy in order to take out their central bank control digital currency and are attempting to cause bankruptcy through quantitative tightening and rising interest rates. China is closing ports, which means the supply chain will be a problem. Sometimes you need to walk in the dark to see the light. If Russia were to attack, Ukraine would fall quickly, as the generals know. When Ukraine fell, the world banking elite and the banking system would take a final blow. But nothing is written in stone. Java Island, Indonesia earthquake. A powerful 6.7 magnitude earthquake struck Indonesia's Java Island on Friday, causing some residents of the capital Jakarta to flee buildings in panic. The quake struck 52 kilometers off Banten province at a depth of 10 kilometers, but didn't have the power to cause a tsunami. Peace of mind in Spain. I started listening to Charlie Watt in March 2020 when he had 37 subscribers on YouTube. Back then, Charlie was making hiking videos on his iPhone, and he would say, in quotes, "Good morning, it's a beautiful morning." And it was always a beautiful morning because he was walking in Marbella on the shores of the Mediterranean in southern Spain, just like me. So Charlie would say, "Now I don't want you to worry. This is all a distraction from the white hats to bring the global financial reset." That message of reassurance is the most important thing. The sun rises every day to give us its light, and most of the problems are created by the human mind. Ignorance and naivety paid dearly in these times. Reflections. Power Wears Thin by Steve Biko. This is a time of unprecedented upheaval and division. Tyrants become decrepit, as happened to Hitler, unable to hide the trembling of his left hand. Breaking the bonds of love is one of the goals of the great Davos reset. The yearning from the exercise of control never gives joy. It is always painful for a being to seek power over another, be it a father over a son, a husband over his wife, a man over an army, and so the actions become more grotesque until bankruptcy ensues. We are very tired. Alchemy of the Higher Self by Dr. Xavi. More energetic frequencies are steadily coming to our planet today and in the coming days. In general, the collective humankind is experiencing energy depletion, muscle aches, a floating sensation, blocked sinuses, inner turmoil, and other occurrences as the cells adapt to the enormous light rising into the physical vehicle. Every day, the wind speed and volcanic eruptions change, affecting human experiences and the magnetic field surrounding our planet. However, individual and collective consciousness is having opportunities to improve and rise to amazing knowledge and capabilities. These symptoms of ascension and light activation will become less challenging as acclimation to the new frequency is realized through the raising of consciousness, both individually and collectively. There will be those who acclimate or adjust more quickly than others, and those who do should be compassionate to those who are still struggling with discomfort. Some people are just beginning to learn about spiritual science and have immersed themselves in the annals of traditional scientific concepts that generally do not include the universal source in the explanation of cosmic events, as if everything that happens in creation is outside the frequency of source. However, a growing percentage of humankind, which includes, of course, those with degrees in various scientific fields, is delving into the sacred knowledge of the ancient past that is the basis of the now and the future. Progress. According to Saul through John, the human collective, every human being currently incarnated on Earth, made tremendous progress during the year just ended, recognizing, thanking, and releasing all the karmic stuff that has been weighing them down for a long time. Now, as you begin to feel much lighter and much positive about life, you will discover reasons for joy every day that will increase the flow of life energy. Love is the energy, the power, the potential that animates the world and form and matter, and it is never lacking because it is always abundantly present. To be depressed is to be partially close to life, while to be enthusiastic about life is to be open to it. All of you who are currently in human form chose to be here because you wish to serve humankind during the collective awakening process. Each of you are in service to the collective simply by being and intending to be a loving presence in every moment of your earthly existence. It may seem to you that you are doing nothing of value with your life, but I assure you that your presence on Earth at this time is critical. The very moment you were born, you were immediately placed on your perfectly designed life path. However, you were initially into a state of oblivion to allow you to grow from infancy to mature adulthood, and you had planned that at some point during that process you would begin to realize that your human life has a spiritual purpose. New consciousness. Massive shift by Judith Castle. A code and cellular structure has been changed so that we can now enter our new light body form of the Adam-Kadmon archetype. This process cannot be stopped or altered. The alliance arcs are being fully reactivated and are now radiating immensely powerful energy from the 7th to 8th dimensional frequency bands with the Elysium crystal pyramids and crystalline energy grids. This is having a great impact on humankind, and it is activating the new code and cellular structures, the pineal and pituitary glands, and also activating the memory banks of the soul. We are being ignited. This is immense and works through the open heart center, the white flame of illumination, and the power of love. Everything is encoded with universal codes, so this is unstoppable. We are now going to experience an expanded consciousness like never before. This is a whole new life and a new beginning. New Earth. The New Earth by Arcturian Council 9D. The world is becoming a better place because you are all raising the level of consciousness. You are becoming more of you who really are through the trauma and tragedy you have been living through in the last few years. Stop focusing on what is not your liking and start focusing on what you have been catapulted into. The new world you are creating is a better world for all, and only through raising the level of consciousness you get there. You will never get there with a change of political ideology, nor with a change of leadership, nor with a political change. It has to be a grassroots movement involving many human beings. World change by the Archangel Michael. There were many incidents of Noah's Ark when the animals were taken aboard a ship, not a water ship but a spaceship, and were preserved from being affected by the catastrophe that mankind created for itself. Yes, the rains that came in Noah's time were created by mankind. you still do not realize that the negativity of the weather is due to your own negative energies. The energy of the planet responds to the energy of people. Do not be angry with those who are still in ignorance. You are a collective and all must hold the light. For some, this light has been extinguished or shines dimly now, and you must pray harder for them. Pray for those who seek to take away this world's God-given bounty. It is time for the earth to finally heal. You will be able to make the change that has been so long in coming. Many centuries of trial and error, and now you are positioned to get it right, to finally ascend as a species. We are here for you, always. Keep us in your heart, and let no ill will enter. We good ones are legion. Wisdom. Penetration of light by Archangel Metatron. It is important that you enter this year as a wise being. Wisdom is ever present within your being. The stream of light has arisen and continues. The blueprint for enlightenment, which is imprinting light into the cells of all beings, and this is awakening wisdom. As you sit in a quiet moment, it is essential that you recognize and give a space to yourself as a wise being. As this awareness settles, your cells will begin to open, activating and releasing wisdom. This blossoming of wisdom may be shocking, or it may sweep gently into your consciousness, gradually sharing insights. It has been a year since we began the journey of the new Earth Ascension Plan, an opportunity to manifest all that you desire, recognizing within your being that anything is possible. You are shining and your light is magnified and enhanced. All of your cells are radiating light. Your energy frequency is faster and higher, and it is important to be aware of this, for it is creating a momentum within you and is accelerating ascension. We are beginning to incarnate and to grant our ascension journey wisdom and inner knowing, as well as the power to further direct and activate ascension. We invite you to stand firm on earth as embodied beings, embodying power, truth, love, and peace, for it is a very beautiful vision to begin a new stage of ascension. Personal definition. There are some who still do not understand my spiritual position, so I have no choice but to define it with the help of the Bhagavad Gita. All human beings are born to reach perfection, and each one will reach in due time. The reward of all positive action is found in enlightenment, and attaining the Absolute is the greatest of all attainments. One can attain that infinite happiness with the purified heart, which is beyond the reach of the senses. All worlds are subject to the law of the rebirth or eternal return, but those who attain the highest state of being need not to be reborn. Not be reborn. The fire of knowledge turns all negative karma into ashes. A human being born with spiritual tendencies is fearless, pure of heart, and perseveres on the path to union with Brahman. He is charitable, can control his passions, and studies with respect and discernment the sacred books of all the spiritual traditions of humankind. He practices spiritual disciplines. He is simple, truthful, and of calm temperament. He harms no one. He renounces the things of the world. He has a calm mind and not very malicious tongue. He is compassionate to all. He is not greedy. He is gentle and modest. He abstains from useless activities. He has faith in the strength of his higher nature. Struggling hard and cleansing himself from all impurities, such a yogi will gradually move towards perfection and attain the highest goal. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.